I got something for some people in here. And I think it's going to apply to a lot of people. But this is my shout out, and this is who this is for today. This is for the people who chose to get educated. This is for the people who seek knowledge. You know, I hope you understand how much this speaks to me. I love this one. That's why I really want to say shout out to my people, honestly, who made a conscious decision and made a choice to educate themselves. To the people who decided to seek knowledge. Okay? And this isn't about college people. I'm not saying it like that. Okay? Hence why some of you are here. Low key. If you chose to get educated in some fashion, some way, shape, or form. That's why, honestly, I love all of you. I'm thankful for all of you. I hope you know how important this is to me. Knowledge and education and wisdom. There's a reason why that verse, Kings, comes up. You know, Solomon, what that means to me, what it's done to my life. You know, the fact is that I get to come here and share this with you guys. Like, you know, we laugh, we joke, we do a lot of stuff. We spend a lot of time, and, you know, shout out to the people who really supported it and understood, because at the end of the day, we want knowledge. We want education. That's really, 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 really what it comes down to. And I know some of you, you know, the way we provide it here is a little different. This isn't like your normal classroom setting, but it's very important. No, I'm thankful for you. You know, you could be thankful for a teacher, but I'm sure a lot of teachers are thankful for the students who are really just there and who are actively have that same passion to get knowledge, you know? So God bless you all. And like I say, it doesn't matter college, don't matter your background, you know? It's you know, at any level of your life, there is somebody who desires to educate themselves, to get knowledge, to seek knowledge, okay? So that's for you, man. This is who this is going to be for. But this is also, don't get it twisted, claps are incoming. Some people might get clapped with this. But this is also for the people who think they know enough, okay? The people who think they know enough and need no more knowledge. It's for the people who get offended just at the idea or question. If I said, is there a chance that you could do better at what you're doing? Can you do what you're doing a little better? They would get offended if you ask that question. For some people in here, I know you listen to you. If somebody says, is there a chance you could be doing your business better? Is there a chance you could be treating people better? If there's just a possibility that offends you, if somebody suggests that, and people are not able to grow from that. You know, is there a chance you don't know everything and that you could still learn something? You see? That's for both sides now. There's people who have educated and have the hunger and desire, but there's also some people who think they're full. So hopefully you know it. But this is why I'm telling you why this is so important. You know, you guys know how I feel about the devil. And let me give you something. There's the enemy. You know, honestly, I'll step away from the religious side, but I hope you know there is the enemy of life. Some people believe it's the devil. Some people, it's all over things. There's, you know, Mark Cuban will even say, act as if there's somebody up every single hour trying to take what you have away from you. And here's just a key fact. The enemy does not want you to be educated. You understand that? The enemy wants you to be stupid. The enemy wants you to not know stuff, because if you don't know stuff, your kids aren't going to know stuff. If your kids are not going to know stuff, they're not going to be able to pass it down to anybody else. The less you know, the easier you are to control in any way, shape, or form. The enemy does not want you educated. So again, shout out to my people who have decided to get educated. This is the part that it got me. I hear this from pastors a lot. I heard this from T.D. Jakes. Just the verse in the Bible, and then yesterday, I wanted to research it myself, and I started reading the translation, but it says it in the Bible. It literally says, for my people will die because of a lack of knowledge. So I'll read it to you. I want to explain some more, but it literally says, my people will die for a lack of knowledge, not a lack of food, not a lack of money, not a literal lack of knowledge. Thousands and thousands of years ago, that was written down. That was a cardinal concern even back then. that my people will die for a lack of knowledge. So again, shout out the people who have sought knowledge, and caution to the people who don't. It's a crazy concept. That's why I love it. That's why I was like, whoa, I was thinking about this. I had that rant on Instagram yesterday. I was saying a lot. I could say it's a rant, but when it all said and done, the knowledge is what it comes down to. You know, the effect I've had on you guys is to share knowledge. The effect you've had on me, you've shared your knowledge. The fact that we come together to get better. Honestly, when you deal with trolls, you deal with this, you deal with that. Anybody not on the same page, they're trying to kill us by not wanting knowledge. If you haven't realized that. The people who joke around, the people of this and that, they don't want the knowledge. You could say they're already dead. Think about that. But it says, my people will die because of a lack of knowledge. So I don't want you guys to die. That's why I said I want you guys to be here. I don't want you to die in your account. I don't want you to blow it up. But it's very, very simple. Get that knowledge. You know? Because when you look around things, man, I don't know. Look at the world. This is where it's real philo. These are how the philos used to start. These are like high shower thoughts. Call it what you want. Because it's something that's like, what? When I really thought about it, if there wasn't a literal miracle in the Bible or the world, if it wasn't a literal miracle like Jesus walking on water or turning fish, 2 fish into 5,000, if it wasn't a literal miracle, it was a miracle of knowledge. You realize that? All the stories in the Bible, when they either had a divine miracle or the miracle came through knowledge. They got wisdom to do something. People learned how to get out of situations, and it was a miracle through the knowledge of that. It was people who learned how to preserve their people, like Joseph, because they simply knew something. You see, honestly, think about it. I love this one. I wrote this down. It blew my mind. The plane, penicillin, and the phone. All of those are miracles derived from knowledge. What would your life be like without air travel? You realize how weird the world would be? Without modern medicine, penicillin, without the ability to phone and connect. All of those are knowledge-based miracles. That somebody had that idea to know how to... You can't even do it today. If I ask some of you guys, make a fucking phone. You couldn't make me a phone. Isn't that crazy? Honestly, a lot of you guys today, you would die today if we didn't learn anything from 1920. Do you understand that? Some of you understand that reference in today's context. You would be dead today if we didn't learn anything from 1920. Why? Do you guys know why? Why? What happened in 1920? Or was it 1820? You're living through a damn pandemic right now. Isn't that crazy? We were so scared in the beginning, but if we didn't know what we know from then and now, you would be dead. If there was no knowledge advancement in medicine, again, penicillin, stuff like that, you'd be dead. It's pretty wild. Knowledge. Let me read the verse to you so you could get an idea. And I started reading this verse and it gets crazy. And the King James Version has the translation that literally says, for my people will die because of a lack of knowledge. It is in what? What's the book? Hosea 4. It's the Lord's, ready for this? And think about what we said yesterday. The Lord's case against Israel. Hear the word of the Lord, O people of Israel. The Lord has brought charges against you. That's how the verse starts. Isn't that funny? What did we talk about yesterday? If you go to trial, you need evidence. Isn't that ironic? That's how this starts with. It says the Lord has brought charges against you. Oh, man. But look what it says. It says there is no faithfulness, no kindness, no knowledge of God in your hand. You make vows and break them. So exactly what we were talking about yesterday. And funny, it goes faithfulness and kindness, and it says then no knowledge. You steal, you kill, you commit adultery. There's violence everywhere. One murders another after another. This is why your land is mourning. Everyone is wasting away. Even the wild animals, the birds of the sky, the fish of the sea are disappearing. I'm gonna talk to you about that point, honestly. Honestly, I'll tell you that right now. Do you see that? What it's saying? Even you realize even animals respect knowledge? You realize animals have a natural instinct of knowledge? Their natural instinct is just knowledge of how to stay alive and operate with the limited mental resources or physical resources an animal, a rodent would have. Even animals respect knowledge. Come on, you think your dog likes you because you're cool? Your dog doesn't like you because you're cool. Your dog likes you because you're smarter than it. And you can acquire food better. That's why. Even the animals respect knowledge. Pretty crazy. Oh, yeah. You guys are like, damn, that's sorry. Sorry I had to break it down to some of you. It says, continuing, don't point your fingers at someone else and try to pass the blame. My complaint is with you, so you will stumble in broad daylight. Your false prophets will fall with you in the night, and I'll destroy Israel. Then it says, for my people will die. So the King James Version says it, as quoted, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will reject thee. Oh, ain't that crazy? This verse gets crazy if you really read it. Honestly, you should read Hosea 4, and if it doesn't make you think about the current situation, you'll probably trip out. It literally says, because they rejected knowledge. So God and knowledge go hand in hand. A higher level thinking, anything you want, it goes hand in. Isn't that weird? Huh. But listen, man, I won't go too crazy on you. I'll make it very simple. The point is of what I'm trying to get across to you, and I hope I could instill this within you, and I hope some of you could wake up and embrace this, is that you must embrace knowledge. And shout out if you have. Honestly, that's what I'm saying. If you have, this is for you. But if not, you need to. If you have, cling to it. Don't let go of it. Don't ever let go of it. This desire you have to get better, to educate yourself, to learn about yourself and the things around you. Don't let go of that. Honestly, and I'll warn you of a lot of the false pride that even comes from knowledge. Because like I said, there's also people in here who think they have enough knowledge. Be very careful. I've ran into this myself many times. Just be careful of the false pride that comes with it. And don't forget, knowledge is bestowed by God. Honestly, and if you don't understand the spiritual, let me give it to you in a human way, a smart human way for you. A wise man knows that he knows nothing is what Plato had said. So, cling to the knowledge, embrace it. But watch yourself. The wise man knows he knows nothing. The wise man knows only God grants knowledge. You see, it goes, you could take the spiritual, you could take the worldview. Be my guest. But it's up to you. But knowledge is key. And honestly, it said it in the book. Did you notice? It says, from knowledge stems kindness, faithfulness, and it's the fruit of your labor. You realize that? When you have knowledge, that's where you become kind. That's where you learn how to be kind, why you should be kind, how to treat people. You have knowledge, you learn to be faithful. You know how to commit to something. You know how to stick to a plan and follow a plan because you know something. It's hard to do something if you don't know. It's hard to produce fruit if you don't know about the environment. If you don't know how to plant, if you don't know anything. You need the knowledge. This applies to everything. Okay? That's where it all stems from. Even as he said, you will be destroyed for lack of knowledge. Simple as that. The devil doesn't have to, some of you are good people. The devil doesn't have to attack your life. It's not that intense. Honestly, it's not like you're getting spiritually attacked and people, the devil's doing all this. And well, no, it's just no desire to educate yourself. The devil doesn't have to waste his time with someone who's not knowledgeable. Because if you don't know anything, you'll destroy yourself. That's what happens. If you don't know how to use something, you'll break it. Come on now. So the enemy, that's why. The less knowledge, the better. So here's my call to action. Honestly, besides just shouting you out, and to the people who already value this already, I'm giving you this call to action simply to say, start valuing knowledge in how to do things. Okay? That's it. Start valuing it and start valuing how to do something properly. Honestly, it's bullshit. We are okay with not knowing stuff because we can Google it. A lot of you guys are okay with not understanding an option, not understanding a SPAC, just because the price moves and you can make money off of that. Why are you okay with that? Do you not see that as lack of knowledge? But it's not only lack of knowledge, we are okay with not knowing things. Do you see what I'm saying? It's mind-blowing, and I want all of you to take it to that next level. That's why my call of action here is saying, yo, start giving a shit. Like, start understanding what you're dealing with. Yes, we're talking about stocks now. We're talking about everything. People, you got to learn to deal with people. But even then, look at all of our lives in the culture and everything. Why are we okay with certain stuff? Why is this pervasive idea that you don't have to know anything besides the surface? Why is that acceptable? And I don't care if everybody else does it. I really don't. What about for you? What is your standard, the minimum level that you're willing to accept when it comes to this? Are you willing to accept just knowing the surface and nothing more? Are you willing to not know because maybe you can figure it out later? I'm okay with not knowing because, well, all I know is my account goes up. I don't care about society. That's the beauty. That's why I made a cult. We have our own society. And you guys see it here every day. There's some of you not okay with that. Some of you are knowledgeable, educated. You may not be the brightest person, but you want to get knowledgeable and you do it. That's why some of this stuff gets confusing for you, because you're not okay with accepting the bare minimum. You're not okay with the surface level. That's why some of you haven't learned the ghetto spread, because you need all of it. And that's good. Keep going. But some people out here, some people in the world, you see it with your friends, and that's where peer pressure comes in. People will shame you for wanting to know more. They will look at you different for understanding versus not. That's insane. Some of you will sacrifice knowledge just to watch numbers go up and down, and you don't give a shit how it occurred. That's insane to me. So my call to action is just start valuing knowledge and start knowing things and dive deeper about everything. Do not accept a lack of knowledge and information. It's very, very simple. That is the standard you say for yourself. This is your standard of where this is personal excellency. As we're talking about, again, development, everything. What are you going to do with this battleground? But this standard of not knowing, or this standard of ignoring knowledge and just trying to get, not knowing how the seed works and only trying to get the fruit, is you're going to die. There's a reason why the enemy wants that to happen. You're going to panic more. You're going to have a lot more anxiety. You're going to get depressed easier. A lot of negative things come from not knowing. So please, I said it yes. I need some of you guys, I want maturity. I want some of you to man up. And it starts with this. Do you seek the knowledge or not? Do you want knowledge or not? Are you okay with knowing nothing, or are you okay with, I need to know more? That's your choice. You have the choice of life and death. I hope you choose life. You know what the fuck I chose. Go choose what you want. Nobody here cares, too. I hope you know that. When it's all said and done, no one's going to give a shit which one you chose. Because everyone's going to focus on themselves, and they'll have the knowledge to understand that you had your life and you had your decision. They're not going to feel as bad. Trust me. We will mourn. I get sad when I see people lose out, miss out. But at the end of the day, I know the knowledge of how some things work. But what are you okay with, man? All of you, whoever's listening to, I know somebody in here, I hope it flips a switch. Please, start valuing it. Do not be okay with a lack of knowledge. Do not be okay with the lack of understanding. Because that's where everything starts from. From your personal behavior to your monetary success, to your relationships, to even spirituality, God, and another level some of you don't even want to discuss. But knowledge is the key. So, I don't know what side you're on, but either way, I hope you do it. And shout out to the people who have. And maybe you think you already have enough knowledge. I don't mean to offend you. If you get offended by this thought that you could get better or do better, that's weird. That's not really knowledgeable. When it's all said and done, sounds like a trap to me. It sounds like an ego or something trying to make you not go bigger. Especially when some of you are so smart. It's crazy. Some of you're right, you're a genius. If you could just take it back a little bit and say, whoa, I could do this better. I could be better. Like I said with the weight loss, that you could be unfair about it. God Talk just said that. Amen. You could be even better. I'm not saying this to say, oh, humble yourself, go sit in a corner, and you're smart, but you can't be too smart. No. I'm saying this is you have a ceiling right now, and that ceiling is you thinking you have it all. That ceiling is thinking and getting bothered by the fact that you could perfect what you've already perfected even more. So this is for everybody. This is on both sides. And really what it comes down to is who values the knowledge or not. And don't be okay with settling for anything less. If you're really into this, if you're really cult, if you really have goals and dreams and ambitions, I better see a high-ass standard for what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to accept you don't know. It's one thing, you could tell me, oh, I learned stocks. I'm knowledgeable at this. But what are you okay with not knowing? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I know you studied. I know you went to college. I know you did that. But why are you okay with accepting the bare minimum in some areas when it comes to what you know? Why are you okay with getting involved with something without knowing something and knowing more about it? Why are you okay living in this body of yours without understanding how it works? Or the knowledge of how to take care of yourself. You see what we could go down the list. You have a standard somewhere. Some stuff you won't accept anything less. But what are the things that you're acceptable brushing off? So that's my call to action. Start valuing the knowledge. And stop being okay with not knowing. Especially if you're going to get involved. So, I hope it helps. I hope you take it to the bank. And I hope you know you're blessed. And again, shout out to the people who've made that choice. Shout out to the people who've done it. And shout out to the people who are going to do it. This is for you. And the people who thought that, some of you get a little complacent. You think that's just life. You got a lot more ahead of you once you understand what I just said. So, take it to the bank, baby. But that is your philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. You're on mobile. Press high chat. X out the Chad. Hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the Nightly Watch Listen main channel. First link for the Scream Alerts Bootcamp and Real Estate course. God bless all of you. Follow me on Instagram. I love all of you, man. And thank you guys again. And shout out to the people who have allowed this to happen, who are in that environment, who help make this environment possible. The people who seek knowledge, come with good questions, who also uphold the community and culture to allow it to be, this is a different level, but all day and night, the people actually seeking knowledge, the people who know we could have fun, the people who know we could come here, but the people who are seeking higher and understand we're not just fucking around at the end of the day. Call it what you want. But, I know in people's heart, and I hope you know in my heart, that's what we're here to do. So, God bless you all, man. Thank you. Amen.